So you were in there sleeping. Okay. Dylan got to your room maybe somewhere around 4:20ish, but Dylan was already home at that point. You knew that Maddie and Kaylee were home. Do you know when anyone else in the house got home?
I don't know when Xana or Ethan got home. I didn't hear them come in or anything.
Okay. Okay. And the last time you saw Xana and Ethan was at the Sigma guys?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Welcome back to my Mental Health and Crime channel. My name is Huda London. This is all my thoughts, my speculations, and my opinions. This is the case of the Idaho. May the victims rest in peace, condolence to the families, and may the correct justice be served. Koberger is appeal deadline is over, I believe, or should be coming towards the end. The question is he going to appeal? And how serious is his appeal going to be taken? Today I'd like to discuss further about Bethany Funk's statements to the police. Bethany Funk said that she attended the Sigma Chi fraternity party with Ethan and Xana. So they all were at the Sigma Chi fraternity party, but Bethany Funk left around 12 midnight. She went to a friend's house somewhere in Taylor Avenue, but she couldn't remember the address. I find it strange that they can't even remember the address of a friend that they've been to the house before. She was asked for the number of the friend, and she said it was in a phone device which the officer already had, which is on the table. Bethany Funk said that she came home around 1 a.m. And DM said that she came around 1 a.m. too. So there are already two surviving roommates who were at the house before anyone. Bethany Funk said that she went with Maddie and Murphy out for a walk. She said she was just out for 10 seconds, but she let Maddie be with Murphy, and then she said she went to a room and she was watching a movie. She said Maddie came knocking at her door asking if Bethany saw Murphy. She mentions having a toothache, and she says that she heard a fire cracker kind of with a flash, and she says she could hear Murphy barking right after that. DM did not say that she heard the firecracker at all. She said that Bethany told her that she heard the firecracker. Let's not forget DM ran to Bethany Funk's room, and while she was running on her way down, she saw Xana lying on the floor. She did not do anything about that, and she did not even call 911. Both the surviving roommates had the access to run out of the ground floor, the first floor. Why didn't they do that? And why weren't they touched? Isn't that odd? That's a good thing that they weren't touched, but then you wonder, why? I'm sure Bethany is leaving out some details, like the front door being wide open. She would have noticed that. So would DM if she was in BF's room. The draft, the coldness, everything. The cold would have come inside the first floor, and it was cold. She was asked if there was any of the roommates who had an ex-boyfriend. She said Kaylee had an ex-boyfriend. She said his name is Jack D. She said, but everything was all right between them. But yet again, we have Jack D, his professor, was referring him to mental health counseling so that he could go and talk to someone. a website. I think it was Talking Therapy, because his professor was concerned for the way Jagdi was handling things after the breakup with Kaylee. Isn't that strange? That is a major concern. Then you have him getting an attorney, which is really important, because he started his interview without an attorney, and then all of a sudden he decided to have an attorney. So the interview had to be continued on the 17th of November instead of the 15th of November. His hands looked inflamed. He had a band-aid on one of his fingers. Jagdi never looked right to me from the beginning of this case, and there were a lot of rumors going on from the college that he was involved, in my opinion. He always reminds me of a crime of passion. DNA was found in his house, red liquid, 5 to 6 drops, in his kitchen, although he shares it with other people. Bullet fragments were found too. Kaylee was leaving. She was going to move on with her life. And Jagdi, I don't think, was part of Kaylee's life. That was her former boyfriend. She left him. She wasn't following him on social media. He was following her.
That was in
an apartment.
That was an apartment?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Did you hear of anything that happened to anybody?
Mm-mm.
Was there anyone strange or odd hanging around the party?
Mm-mm.
Okay. Do you know of anybody in your house that has an issue with anyone? Any ex-boyfriends? Anything like that?
Mm-hmm. All their ex-boyfriends were really nice, and they still were good friends.
Okay. Have you ever had any of your roommates complain about anyone stalking them?
Mm-mm. Once though, Kaylee said when everyone was like gone, me and we were at the sorority house for a meeting, and it was only Kaylee, and she was taking Murphy out to pee. This was a while ago, and she said she swears she saw someone staring at her while she was taking the dog out to pee from the
How
backyard.
long ago that was?
Maybe like a month. She could see like a man's silhouette like staring at her.
You think it was about a month ago?
Mm-hmm.
Did Kaylee have any issues with anyone?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. None of them have made any comments or statements of anyone trying to come onto them or anything like that.
Mm-hmm.
And you said that all of the ex-boyfriends of that, they're all normally very nice and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
Are any of them fairly recent breakups?
One, but
No, just a little bit. Can you give me a little information on that one?
his name's he lives
Okay.
down the street.
On Taylor?
On King, I think.
Okay.
And he and Kaylee share Murphy,
Okay.
and they dated for 7 years.
And that's in Kaylee?
Mm-hmm. Or something like that.
And they did it for 7 years?
Something like that. Since high school. Their families are really close too.
Okay. And they shared Murphy?
Mm-hmm. I think.
Okay. How long did they break up?
Maybe like 3 months or something. But they're still on really good terms.
Do you know why they broke up?
She was gonna move to like Texas.
Where's Kaylee from?
Portland.
Okay. Where is from?
Portland.
Okay. Okay. You said that they're still on good terms, they still talk to each other?
Yeah.
Okay. Has Kaylee been seeing anyone else lately?
Not really that I know of.
Okay. Do you know when she was going to move to Texas?
After this was, and then apparently she wasn't going to anymore. I don't know.
Do you know what changed your mind?
I think she wanted to stay here with all of us.
Is there anything else you think is important for me to know? And you might remember things later. That's very normal, okay? If you think you remember anything else, please reach back out to us. And we'll bring you back in and we'll get that information, okay? I'm gonna go back through my notes real quick before I let you go, okay? Okay. How long do you think you watched it?
Maybe like 30 minutes.
So one episode maybe?
Yeah.
Okay.
Or like a half.
Okay. And did Maddie come in during that show or after?
She just knocked on my door, I think, during and asked if I had Murphy. I said no.
Okay. Then what happened after that?
I just went to bed, and then I woke up and I was like half asleep, and I just thought I saw like a firework or something. Like she just knocked on my door, I think, during and asked if I had Murphy. I said no.
Okay. Then what happened after that?
I just went to bed, and then I woke up and I was like half asleep, and I just thought I saw like a firework or something. Like it just sparkled like under my door. And I thought I heard like something kind of fall. And then Murphy barked, but I thought people were just making like food, like, and Ethan was here or something and knocked something over because he's usually loud in the kitchen upstairs.
Okay. So what do you mean by you heard a firework?
It sounded like a little firework, and then there was like a spark. I went by my, like, I'm on the bottom floor.
Okay.
And so it kind of looked like it came down there, but I don't know.
So Bethany says that Maddie comes knocking on her door and asks her if she's seen Murphy. And she said no. And then she said she went to bed after watching the show. That's when she sees something that looks like a firecracker and the noise, and then she hears basically, or she sees the light of a firecracker. That's kind of strange. Pay attention. She said she didn't see Maddie. She saw Maddie. She's out to there for 10 seconds. She left Maddie outside with the dog, and Maddie was looking for the dog. So something could have happened to Maddie while she's looking for Murphy in Taylor Avenue, maybe, behind the fire hydrant and behind, basically, the Banfield bushes, in my opinion. I find it kind of strange that nobody bothered to go search for Maddie. And while Maddie's searching for Murphy, where is Kaylee? Did something already happen to Kaylee? Something's not right here. The stories don't match at all. I'm talking about DM and BF. And it's DM who saw Coburg allegedly. Let's not forget, she said from the beginning, she doesn't know if she was hallucinating, if she was seeing things. She had so much vodka, liquor, and everything, and all the drugs in her system. How can she be a reliable witness to start with? DM saw Zan on the floor, and she didn't bother to call 911. That's not normal. She saw Zana, and BF saw Zana too. DM saw Zana twice. They could have gone out of the house. Why didn't they do that? Why didn't Coburg allegedly touch DM? Why did they change the timelines from 3 to 4? Was it the students who were lying, or is this a cover-up? Where was Jack D that night? His own professor was concerned for him. Nobody took the concern seriously, I guess. Let's not forget DVs happen, especially after a couple have broken up. One of the spouse, especially if it's a female, leaves the partner. Why did the mayor say it was a crime of passion? It's not about repeating myself, it's about reminding us what was happening from the beginning. Jack D kept on hiding one of his hands behind his back. Isn't that a question to ask? A legit question. Why did he get himself an attorney? What was the 17-minute call about? Jack D said he picked up by mistake. His hand must have hit the phone thinking it's an alarm, but he actually accidentally picked up for Kaylee, and he did not know he was on for 17 minutes. Make that make sense? I'm not saying that it's impossible for Coburg not to have done it. I'm just saying it doesn't add up to Coburg. This is somebody who had a motive of doing this, especially with Kaylee. Striking on her face 24 times, knocking off her teeth, breaking her nose, trigger warning, is not normal. For somebody who had a lot of hate, enviousness, jealousy towards Kaylee. Could be sororities, allegedly. Could be Jack D. Could be DM. Why did DM invite Kaylee back? I'm just asking the questions. Let me know what you think. Please like, share, and subscribe. May Kaylee rest in peace and all the victims. And why was Jack D still borrowing the Gongalves' his family car? That is one thing I would love to know. Steve and Chrissy, I'm always respectful to the parents and I don't ask questions. But why were you all being so nice to Jack D and still letting him borrow the car? What was going on? What kind of deal did you all have actually? Sorry. Doesn't make sense. Let me know, guys, what you all think. Please like, share, and subscribe. This is all my thoughts, my speculations, and my opinions.